Good afternoon. I'd like to call the meeting to order. There are 6 motions tonight. M22, 2026 on the Facility Governing Board. Nicole Kowalski.
It is on, it's just, yeah, I want to get them on because what'll happen is it won't show you.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to hold up the meeting. There we go.
Thank you so much.
Can
you hear me?
Go ahead,
Can
do it again.
you hear me? Actually, you can hear it tapping. Okay. Do I just need to get closer? Okay. There we go. Good evening. My name is Nicole Kowalski. I am the new Stowe Municipal Clerk of Courts. I wanted to thank Executive Shapiro, the council and administration for considering me for the Facility Governing Board, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Thank you. M23, 2026 Emergency Management Executive Committee. We have Alexandra Burt.
Hi there, Alexandra Burt. I'm a staff attorney in Department of Public Safety, and I believe I was selected to serve on the EMEC, which is Emergency Management Executive Committee, in place of Phelan Thurn.
Are there any questions? No. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you both for your service, agreeing to help us out on these. M24, 2026 Child Fatality Review Board. Dr. Christy Waite.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christy Waite, taking over for Dr. Kohler on the Child Fatality Review Board, Deputy Medical Examiner for Summit County. Any questions?
Thank you, and thank you for your service. M25, 2026 Ohio Children's Trust Fund Regional Prevention Council, Tim Longworth and Tim Davidson.
Good afternoon. I'm Tim Longworth with Summit County Children's Services.
Hi, Tim Davidson, Summit County Family and Children First Council.
Here to answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions? Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your service. We have M26, 2026 for the Public Defender Commission, Elisa Benedict O'Brien.
Hi, good evening. I'm Elisa Benedict O'Brien. I'm an assistant dean at the University of Akron School of Law, and happy to accept my nomination for the Ohio Public Defense Commission.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
your
Thank you.
service. M27, 2026 Criminal Justice Advisory Board, Catherine Van Horn.
Good afternoon. I'm Catherine Van Horn. I'm the Deputy Director and Chief Legal Counsel at Summit County Children's Services. I also appreciate the appointment to the CJAB, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
there any questions? Okay, thank you. Thank you for your service. We have 17 first readings tonight. There are 5 first reading passage requests. First one is 2026-104. Brian Harnack will address council.
Good afternoon, everyone. Brian Harnack, Director of Department of Law and Risk Management for the Executive. Before you tonight, you have our renewal for insurance coverage for the county for the year. This is hot off the press, is literally today. We got sewed up these quotes. Basically, what you're looking at, all the coverage layers are the same as last year. There have been some increases as to property values and auto inventory.
Hey, that's not the piece we're on.
Oh, which one am I?
This is the AFSCME contract.
Well, that's Marvin Evans. I'm sorry. Marvin, come on up. You get the honors of this, buddy.
Huh? Yeah, I'm not insurance. This will be Marvin Evans, Executive's Department of Law and Risk Management. I believe the first one-up is for the Executive Collective Bargaining Agreement. So this encompasses sanitary sewer, the Building Standards Department, and a number of other departments, the economic development folks that do the weatherization. So what we've, that contract had a Me Too clause in it. So basically they're mirroring the deputy's contract as far as the annual increases for the next 3 years, which is 4%, 3.5%, and 3%. Other than that, there was not a lot of changes to the contract. There was a few minor things as far as just clarifying some things in the language, a few equity adjustments here and there for people because of the jobs that they actually did. But other than that, very similar, well, exactly the same as the deputies' percentage increases. Any questions?
I have a question. Could you give me an example of the municipal employees? The municipal employees, could you, I mean...
What do you mean, the municipal employees?
Well, and...
Oh, it's just AFSCME? Yeah. AFSCME represents employees for state, counties, municipalities, local governments.
Just the name of the union.
It's just the name, yeah. Yeah, I'm not clear what you're asking.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just going to...
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? I did talk to Ms. Hyam about this earlier. Okay. Yeah, I'm
So
next.
is it Marvin for the next one too?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was 105, right?
That's 104.
That's 104. Okay. But you're also going to speak to 2026-105?
Yes, for medical
Okay.
examiner, CBA. Yes, Marvin Evans, Executive Law and Risk Management. So again, the medical examiner's contract had a Me Too clause in it. So again, they're getting the same percentages that were agreed with the deputies union, 4, 3.5, and 3%. Very few changes in the rest of the contract. A lot of it clarifying language, correcting things that were frankly incorrect in the past one. A few minor adjustments for equity, but that's about it. Pretty much the same, again, with the percentages based on the deputy's contract.
Any questions for Marvin? Jeff, are you okay with this? And you're okay with the other one? Okay. Thank you. Next is 2026-106. Dave Kuntz.
Good evening. Thank you. I have tonight for your consideration 2025-106. This would establish or authorize the clerk to publicize and send out legal notices for the Springfield Lake Outlet petitioned improvement project. This is a project that petition was filed by the Springfield Township trustees. The public viewing was held, a first hearing was held, and on March 31st, we did submit the final engineer's report to council. And following that, within 21 to 90 days, the final hearing must be held. So this is setting that up and within that time frame. And it's set to be June 8th. Any questions?
Twenty 2026-107, also Dave Koontz.
Thank you. Similarly, for the Copley Ditch, petition ditch project, a petition was filed by the Copley Township trustees. The public viewing was held. The first public hearing was held. Since then, construction plans have been completed along with the easement plat, and we did have professional appraisals done for the easements. We did that also for Springfield. And those are all included in the final engineering report, which was submitted on March 23rd. Following that, again, we had period 21 to 90 days. We have to have the final hearing, and that has been scheduled for June 15th. Any questions?
Jeff, are you okay with this one? Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
2026-108, Phil Montgomery.
Thank you, Madam President. Phil Montgomery from the Executive's Department of Finance and Budget. We have before council this cycle's appropriation legislation request. The first item is an appropriation to increase the internal services fund for the indirect cost plan. This is a plan that we go through every year with Maximus as a consultant and is based on actual expenditures from 2 years ago. As we looked and did the budget for 2026, the clerk of courts and the library are coming up a little bit short, so we need to up their appropriation for that line item to be able to clear indirect costs for this year. The next item is appropriation of funds out of the 911 wireless fund to pay for the AT&T contract for the additional PSAP positions that we have out in the dispatch center. The last one is on this page is an appropriation for the fiscal office. Their renewal for their Eagle Recorder software came in a little higher than we anticipated, so we need to have an additional appropriation there. On page 2, we're appropriating $10,000 out of what used to be the Summit for Kids Fund for the Summit Youth Success Summit program that's coming up out of the juvenile court funds. Next is for the engineer, which is appropriating funds for a traffic study on the local cash match side. Last one on this page is an appropriation for the Department of Sanitary Sewer Services as part of a change order for a project previously approved. And on the last page, we have an appropriation of $10,000 for the Board of Elections to be able to use some funds that the Secretary of State's office sent over to help with the election expenses for this year. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Phil? John, are you okay with this? Thank you. Okay, there are 2 late filings, or just one?
There's 2.
2.
But we're only going to do one for the first.
Okay.
One for the first reading.
Oh, one is the first read. Okay. 2026-119, Brian Harnack.
Here I am again, Brian Harnack, Director, Department of Law and Risk Management for the Executive. Again, this is for the insurance renewal for this year. Wickard and my staff have been working very hard to get these quotes locked down. We just got them locked down, the last ones today. It's been a very arduous process this year with all the additional forms and I don't call it runaround, but the insurance companies have been putting us through our paces to get reasonable quotes. Like I was beginning to say last time, you're looking at the same kind of coverage that we had last year, same layers, and about a 6%, a little over 6% increase overall, which really reflects the industry and what we've seen other counties get this year. Some of the other quotes that we got were actually substantially more than that. They were 7, 8, 9, over 10%, some of them. So this was by far the best deal we could get. Take any questions?
Any questions for Brian?
Yes, Madam Chair, Madam President. Brian, how do we do our own calculations to determine the risk of some of these events or failures, the risk of loss on some of this stuff?
I hear that too. Not really. Wickard helps us with that, and then the insurance companies themselves. Wickard is our insurance broker, and they look at those loss analysis and statistics for us. It's one of the jobs they do.
So, okay, so they're the broker. They're putting this out and finding the quotes for us. Given the size of some of these policies, have we ever thought about bringing some of that risk determination in-house?
I think that has been discussed in the past. I know that maybe in the last couple of years we've discussed bringing someone in on that, to take a look at that. It has not
I wonder,
been done.
even just once a decade or even something like that. It's just obviously super expensive losses, but highly unlikely events.
Yes.
I remember in particular one of my MBA professors was a PhD at First Energy, and he talked about they had a policy that covered the event of multiple power station failures at the same time, power plant failures, and they had a policy to go to market to buy literally all the electricity they would need for Northeast Ohio. And one day he decided to run that calculation himself and ended up saving them $1 million on their policy.
Wow.
Guys like him can do that kind of calculation on
That
the
seems
weekend.
like a very esoteric line item for an insurance company.
It's
too.
a strange policy,
Yeah.
right? But this is also kind of a strange policy in some ways. We have equipment.
Law enforcement is probably our biggest,
Yeah.
the biggest one that we have trouble with every year. Less and less insurance companies want to write those, and we feel we have a win if we can even get it covered from year to year. So it's tough.
All right.
I would add too, Joe, we do self-insure most damage to buildings, like we have floods, carpet replacement, computers. The self-insured retention on these, which is the deductible on our liability, is $250,000
that's
per
correct.
occurrence. So I mean, this is pretty high level insurance. And we have over $900 million in property being insured. So
sure.
Yeah, this is, I think, what I would call about as bare bones as we feel we can get by with.
Actually, the law enforcement is 500 SIR, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
even more.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
The routine legislation is found on pages 7 through 10. There are 2 second readings. 2026-98, Public Safety Committee recommends passage. 2026-102, second reading only. There are no third readings. We'll now rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilman Joe Cajun, followed by a moment of silence.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with the roll call.
Mr. Schmidt?
Here.
Ms. Hyam?
Here.
Mr. Donofrio? Mr. Cajun? Ms. Dickinson?
Here.
Mr. Ford?
Here.
Mr. Wilhite?
Here.
Ms. Darrow? Mr. Lacotte?
Here.
Ms. McKinney? Ms. Walters?
Can I have a motion to adopt the minutes from the March 30th council meeting? Okay, motion by Ms. Darrow. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions for council, M22-2026. A motion of council confirming the appointment of Nicole Kowalski, replacing Judge Amber Zibotowski to the Facility Governing Board.
So moved. I have a motion to adopt M22-2026. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
M23, 2026, a motion of council confirming the appointment of Alexandra Burt, replacing Phelan Thurn with alternate Greta Johnson to the Emergency Management Executive Committee.
I have a motion to adopt M23, 2026. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
M24, 2026, a motion of council confirming the reappointment of Dr. Ashley Welko with Dr. Paul McPherson as first alternate and Dr. Danielle Mahaltz as second alternate, and the appointment of Dr. Christy Waite replacing Dr. Lisa Kohler with Dr. Robert Schott as alternate replacing Dr. Christy Waite to the Child Fatality Review Board.
I have a motion from Mr. Ford to adopt M24, 2026. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
M25, 2026, a motion of council confirming the appointment of Tim Longworth, replacing Amy Davison, and Tim Davison, replacing Anastasia Stacy Garci to the Ohio Children's Trust Fund Regional Prevention Council.
I have a motion to adopt M24, 2026. All in favor? M25, 2026, sorry. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
M26, 2026, a motion of council confirming the reappointment of Darren Toney and the appointment of Alicia Benedict O'Brien, replacing Dean Carroll to the Public Defender Commission.
I have a motion to adopt M26, 2026. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
M27, 2026, a motion of council confirming the appointment of Catherine Van Horn, replacing Cassandra Holtzman, with Jonathan Hart as alternate, replacing Catherine Van Horn to the Criminal Justice Advisory Board.
I have a motion to adopt M27, 2026. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
First readings, 2026-104, a resolution authorizing the executive to execute a collective bargaining agreement between Ohio Council 8 and Local 1229 of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO Executives Office Unit, and the County of Summit for the period of April 1, 26 through March 31, 29 for the executive emergency.
Madam President, I move to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-104.
I have a motion to suspend and adopt 2026-104. On the suspension, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? On the adoption, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-105, a resolution authorizing the executive to execute a collective bargaining agreement between Ohio Council 8 and Local 1229 of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO Medical Examiner, and the County of Summit for the period of April 1, 26 through March 31, 29 for the executive emergency.
Madam President, I move to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-105.
I have a motion to suspend and adopt 2026-105. On the suspension, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? On the adoption, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
2026-106, a resolution authorizing the publication and legal notices for the proposed public improvement known as the Springfield Lake Outlet County Ditch 45 Improvements Project, located in Springfield Township, and setting the date for the final hearing pursuant to Section 6131.16 of the Ohio Revised Code for Council Emergency.
Madam President, I move to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-106.
I have a motion to suspend and adopt 2026-106. On the suspension, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? On the adoption, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
2026-107, a resolution authorizing the publication and legal notices for the proposed public improvement known as the Copley Ditch County Ditch Number 38 Improvements Project, located in Copley Township, and setting the date for the final hearing pursuant to Section 6131.16 of the Ohio Revised Code for Council Emergency.
Madam President, I move to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-107.
I have a motion to suspend and adopt 2026-107. On the suspension, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? On the adoption, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-108, a resolution appropriating funds in order to meet projected expenditures for the balance of 2026 as set forth in Exhibit A for the Executive's Department of Finance and Budget Emergency.
Madam President, move to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-108.
I have a motion to suspend and adopt 2026-108. On the suspension, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? On the adoption, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
2026-109, a resolution approving the new classification specification, and salary schedule for the non-bargaining classified position of medical laboratory technologist number 71021, and revising the county's 2026 staffing report to include said position for the medical examiner and the Executive's Department of Human Resources Emergency. 2026-110, a resolution approving the promotion and salary adjustment for classified non-bargaining employee Marla Gordon for the Sheriff Emergency. 2026-111, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a construction contract with Perrin Asphalt and Concrete for the 2026 Summit County Regional Concrete Pavement Repair Program and in an amount not to exceed $593,719 for the engineer emergency. 2026-112, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a construction contract with Protect a Coat Incorporated for the 2026 Summit County Regional Crack Sealing Program and in an amount not to exceed $162,031.14 for the engineer emergency. 2026-113, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a professional design service agreement with Orchard Hills and McClimate, doing business as OHM Advisors for the design of the Killian Pickle Roundabout Project located in Springfield Township in Council District 8, and in an amount not to exceed $192,811 for the engineer emergency. 2026-114, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a renewal, third and final, of a professional service contract with K.E. McCartney and Associates for design services related to the Surface Water Management District for a one-year term for the period January 1, 2026 to December 31, 2026, in an amount not to exceed $100,000 for the engineer emergency. 2026-115, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a construction contract with Carvo Companies Incorporated for Project Q1651, Akron Cleveland Road Sanitary Sewer Extension located in Boston Township in Council District 1 and in an amount not to exceed $2,325,000 for the Executive's Department of Sanitary Sewer Services Emergency. 2026-116, a resolution authorizing the Executive to enter into a cooperative funding intergovernmental agreement with the Village of Lakemore for the rehabilitation of sanitary sewer lines as part of the Lakemore Infrastructure Improvements Project located in the Village of Lakemore in Council District 8 in an amount not to exceed $321,705 for the Executive's Department of Sanitary Sewer Services Emergency. 2026-117, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a renewal, first of 3, of professional service contracts between certain providers and the Executive's Department of Job and Family Services and the Summit and Medina Workforce Area Council of Governments to provide in-school and out-of-school youth employment and educational services under the Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program for the period of July 1, 2026 to June 30, 2027, in a total amount not to exceed $2,265,000 for the Executive's Department of Job and Family Services Emergency. 2026-118, a resolution declaring May 3rd through 9th, 2026 as National Small Business Week in Summit County, encouraging the residents of Summit County to support Summit County small businesses for the Executive and Council Emergency.
Madam President, I move to amend the agenda to include the late filings.
I have a motion to amend the agenda to include the late filings. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Late filing 2026-119, a resolution authorizing the executive, subject to the Board of Control, to execute the purchase of contracts for liability, boiler, and machinery, property, and other miscellaneous and necessary insurance coverage for a one-year term from April 15, 26 through April 15, 27, and in an amount not to exceed $2,266,239.15 payable through Wickard Insurance Services Incorporated, doing business as Wickard Insurance, for the Executive's Department of Law and Risk Management emergency.
Madam President, I move to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-119.
I have a motion to suspend the rules and adopt 2026-119. All those in favor? On the suspension. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And on the adoption, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
2026-120, a resolution authorizing the executive to execute a real estate purchase agreement with the Summit County Land Reutilization Corporation and any other necessary documents for the sale of a parcel of county real property, parcel number 0209872, located at 2525 State Road, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, and Council District 2 for the amount of $480,000 for the purpose of returning said parcel to productive use for the executive emergency.
This was routine.
Routine. It's routine.
Routine agenda.
Excuse me, Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Routine, sir.
Right. Move to suspend and adopt suspend the rules and adopt the routine agenda found on pages 7 through 10.
Okay, I have a motion to suspend and adopt the routine legislation found on pages 7 through 10. On the suspension, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And on the adoption, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Second readings, 2026-117, a resolution confirming the award. Oh, I'm so sorry. Pardon me, 2026-98, a resolution confirming the award by the Board of Control of a renewal of the master service agreement with Needle Incorporated, doing business as Aurelian, to process non-emergency calls using an automated voice assistance for various Summit County public safety answering points for implementation, and a one-year term for the period of May 1, 26 through April 30, 27, and in an amount not to exceed $234,000 for the Executive's Department of Public Safety emergency. 2026-102, a resolution providing for the issuance and sale of not to exceed $160,000 of bonds of the Akron Summit County Public Library District for the purpose of constructing, adding to, renovating, remodeling, furnishing, equipping, and otherwise improving library buildings and facilities, and acquiring, clearing, and improving the sites thereof emergency.
If there's no other business to come before council, we are adjourned at 5:05.